What's up, guys? We'll be going live in a couple minutes right now. We're on Facebook Live. I'm going to set up the Instagram Live right now, so that way we can get started. I got some good stuff in store for you guys. So let's wait for people to jump on board, see who's tuning in real quick. I'm going to set the Instagram in just 1 second. What's up, Randy? How you doing? What's up, Bobby? Good to see you guys. Happy Monday. Ready for another 90-day run live stream broadcast today. Let's just give time for more people to jump on, and then we'll start the live stream. I'm going to set Instagram up right now as well in just a few seconds, but I'll set it up right before I go live. Cool. What's up, Laura? How you doing? Hey, Jerry. Good to see you again, bro. You're always on. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to set up Instagram in just a second. All right. Here we go. Cool. We got Instagram. We are live now. What's up, Insta family? Here we go. Okay, so we're live on Insta, live on Facebook through the Be Live channel. All right. Hamada, Pam, Monica. Hey, let us know where you guys are tuning in from. Let us know your city, state, country, wherever you guys are tuning in from on Instagram and on Facebook and the Be Live platform. Good to see you guys. Today, we're going to be going over some of the scripts on your approaches. I'm getting a lot of people saying, I have a lot of prospects, but I'm just maybe not saying the right things, or I don't know what to say. So I want to help you guys today overcome that obstacle. I want to go through the scripts with you so you can kind of understand, maybe tell you a little bit about what I do and just some extra things you might be able to talk about. But let's see where you guys are tuning in from. We got Egypt, Italy, France, Paris, France. Okay, we have Cape Town, South Africa, USA, Delaware. What's up, Monica? Good to see you. Alatoon, Pennsylvania, Key West, Florida, Houston, Texas. Good. Awesome, right? Tunisia, love that. Olympia, Washington. What's up, Sonia? Good to see you. Orange County, California. Okay, we got Germany in the house. Okay, so through Instagram and through Facebook Live platforms, we got people from everywhere. Croatia, Egypt, Maricopa, Arizona, Justine, upstate New York, Houston, Texas, Washington State. Exciting, right? Brazil, Italy, Seattle. Okay, so we got everyone. What's up, Tabitha? Good to see you. Venezuela, Guam. Awesome, guys. Okay, so thank you for tuning in. Today, I want to go over some of the scripts, right? If you guys have gone to the 90dayrun.com, we got Portugal in the house. Good to see you guys. The UK, everybody. If you go to the 90dayrun.com, right? Spell out the word the, and then put the numbers 90, and then spell out dayrun.com. If you go to the 90dayrun.com, you can register on there and get all the free tools. You're going to get the hottest recruiting scripts in network marketing. You're going to get your calendar. You're going to get your daily tracker sheets, right? You're going to get your 90-day run workbook. You're going to get everything on there, guys, so that way you can have a 90-day run with your team. And I'm excited to see everybody from around the world on this 90-day run. We're a month and a half in. We got Johannesburg, South Africa, Ukraine, Russia, Utah. Awesome, you guys. Okay, so look at when you're out there prospecting and speaking to people, first of all, you should be building an active candidate list, just being aware of all the people you're running into, all the new friends you're making. Write down their names, maybe give them your card, get some of their information, and just ask, maybe we should hit lunch later. Maybe we can go on a play date with the kids. Maybe let's hang out another time, or I'll see you the next time. Like you're meeting new people, but you're putting their names on a list because it'll remind you to reconnect with those people. It'll remind you that their name is on the list, and next time you see them, you'll want to spark a conversation. Not to share your business, your products, or your services right away, but just to build a relationship, right? A life and business is about building relationships. The stronger your relationships become, the more in-depth they become, the more meaningful they become. You'll get to know a lot about each other, and eventually your product or your service will be a solution to a problem, or maybe something they've told you through conversation, okay? But there are ways that you approach these people, and I talked about on a few 90-day runs back, and if you've missed some of the 90-day run live casts, if you go to the 90dayrun.com, all of them are on there, so you can connect right to YouTube. You can share those videos. You can watch them over and over again. You can share them with your team. They're great trainings for your team, you guys. All right, so you have to understand that. But look there are a lot of scripts that are already given to you through the hottest recruiting scripts in MLM by Mr. Network Marketing himself, Eric Worre. He's put together the script workbook so you can practice, so you can figure out which approach you want to use on a prospect, and you can use his examples as a way you would speak to them. Practice them in front of the mirror. Practice them in front of a camera, in front of your phone, in front of your friends, in front of your husband, your wife, your best friend, your brothers, your sisters. Just practice on people, and eventually, with practice, makes perfect, right? When you do things over and over and over and over again, they become the language that you live by. So that's what it's supposed to be about, right? But he has some examples in here of just some scripts with prospects, and I'm gonna go over them, right? Remember, there's the direct approach, there's the indirect approach, and there's the super indirect approach, okay? Direct approach is used for people you know, friends and family, where you're just really direct with people about the business or about making money. These people trust you the most, right? And then you have the indirect approach where you're just asking for someone's opinion or advice, for them to take a look at your business or to hear you out so they can give you feedback. And then you have the super indirect approach when you totally remove that person from even being a prospect and you ask them, who do they know? But you're being super indirect and they're thinking, well, what about me? I want to know more about the business. So those are the three different types of approaches you use when you're meeting prospects, when you're talking to prospects. And when you get to know people and you start writing your list down, you're going to be able to write down the approach you're going to use on those types of people. So when you're ready, you can execute the right way, okay? Awesome to see you on here, JC, live from Vegas, right? Just straight out of Vegas. Okay, good. So look at this. Here's some examples of all those 8 steps, and here's some examples of the approaches before I go into the scripts, right? So here's an example for a person you know who hates their job. Look at, and the examples are all in here. GoPro by Eric Worre. Read the book, practice these things, and then you have the hottest recruiting scripts in network marketing, which is the downloadable PDF that you guys have when you go to the 90dayrun.com. So all the tools are free. Use them. So you aren't asking the questions about, I don't know what to say to people, right? All right, Chicago in the house. Love that, Parinda. All right, so here's a person you know who hates their job, and you're using the direct approach. Check this out. Hey, I don't have a lot of time to talk, but it was really important I reached you. Listen, you're one of the most financially intelligent people I know, and I've always respected that about you. So they're in a hurry. They complimented the prospect. When you told me you really didn't like your job, were you serious or were you just kidding around? Okay. They say they were serious. Great. I think I found a way for you to create an exit strategy, right? I have a link to a video that describes what I'm talking about better than I can. If I gave you the link, would you watch it? Okay. And if they say yes, then you're just going to get all the time commitments. It's simple. When do you think you can watch it for sure? They say Tuesday. Okay. So if I called you on Wednesday morning, you'll have reviewed it for sure, right? They say yes. All right, I'll check back with you then. What's the best number and time to call you at? They give you their information. Got it. We'll talk then. Got to run and thanks. Expect that email in the next few minutes. Expect that link in the next few minutes. That was simple, right? You took a prospect. You were in a hurry. You complimented them. You asked them if I would you, and then you said, okay, great. You got the time commitment and you sent it. It's as simple as that. You don't have to over talk. You don't have to oversell. It's very, very simple, guys. Okay? So check this out. Here's a good friend now. Here's a prospect that's a good friend of yours. And you're going to use the indirect approach now, okay? Where you're asking for their opinion. You're asking them to look or see something, right? Here it goes. Hey, I'm running out the door, but I needed to talk to you real quick. Do you have a second? Great. Listen, you've always been so supportive of me, and I appreciate that so much. I just started a new business, and I'm really nervous. Before I get going, I need to practice on someone friendly. Would you mind if I practice on you? Sure. Great. If I gave you a link to a video that laid out the information in a professional way, would you watch it? They say yes. It's only about 10 minutes long. When do you think you can watch it for sure? They say Thursday. Okay, so if I called you Friday, you'll have reviewed it for sure, right? Fantastic. What's the best number and time for me to call? They give you the information. Great. We'll talk then. Got to run and thanks. That's how simple it was. All right. Here's a highly successful person. These are usually people that are on your chicken list. These are usually people that you might be afraid to share your business with. What I want you to know about highly successful people is they're successful for a reason. Because they're open-minded. They're open to multiple streams of income. They're used to being busy. They love putting their time in if they're going to receive income because of it. So don't worry about that. I see all you guys tuning in. I'm excited to see all you guys from around the world tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. But look, here's a highly successful person, and you're going to use the super indirect approach. Remember that approach I told you about where you kind of remove them from the equation and you say this business isn't for you, but who do you know that might be interested? So here is a highly successful person, super indirect approach. Here it goes. Ready? I know you're busy and I have a million things going on too, but I'm glad I caught you. You've been widely successful and I've always respected the way you've done business. I recently started something new and I'm looking for some sharp people. It's clearly not for you, but I wanted to ask, who do you know who's ambitious, money motivated, and would be excited about the idea of adding a significant amount of cash flow to their lives? They say they do know some people. I understand that you'd want to know more about it before you recommend people. I have a link to a video that explains exactly what I'm doing and the kind of people I'm looking for. It's really brief. If I sent it to you, would you review it? They say they would. Thanks. When do you think you could view it for sure? They say next Monday. Okay, so if I called you Tuesday, you'll have reviewed it for sure, right? They say yes. Okay, I'll check back with you then. What's the best number and time for me to call? They give you the information. Okay, great. Thanks again. I appreciate it so much. Talk to you next Tuesday. I'm going to send it to your email in 5 minutes. Simple as that. All right. So I'm just teaching you, when you understand these scripts, you'll understand the language of your business. All right. So here's one for a cold market prospect. Maybe someone you just met. I'm not good at the cold market. I never cold market prospect anybody. And I know there are people that are watching these webinars, and they're usually the best at cold market, right? But this is for a cold market prospect who's done a good job selling you something, okay? Maybe it's insurance. Maybe it's a car. Maybe they were just a great server at a restaurant or whatever. They gave you an incredible service, okay? But this is a cold market prospect who's done a good job selling you something, and you're going to use the direct approach. Here it goes. Ready? Now isn't the time to get into it, and I have to go, but you're super sharp, and I happen to be looking for some sharp people. Do you plan on doing what you're doing now for the rest of your life? They say, of course not. Good. I have something you might be interested in. Now isn't the time to get into it, but I have a link to a video or a webinar, okay, that explains it all in great detail. If I gave it to you, would you watch it? They say, yes. When do you think you can watch it for sure? They say Sunday, okay? So if I called you Monday, you've reviewed it for sure, right? They say yes. All right, I'll check back with you then. What's the best number and time for me to call, and what's the best email to send it to you, right? They give you their information. Okay, here it is. Thanks again for the excellent service, and I'll talk to you soon. And that's what it is. Those are just some regular scripts. Now, if you actually get into the hottest recruiting scripts in network marketing, it goes into deeper detail, you guys. It's even better, right? It goes through, the actual act of prospecting. It talks about all the 8 steps, right? Be in a hurry, compliment the prospect, make the invitation, if I would you, get the time commitment, confirm the time commitment, get a time and number, and then get off the phone, right? Or get out of the way, get out of your own way. It has all the 8 steps on there. It walks you through all of the 8 steps, okay? On the scripts, on the 90dayrun.com, okay? It walks you through all 8 steps. It goes through everything you can say if you're in a hurry. For warm market prospects, I don't have a lot of time to talk, but it was really important I reached you, or I have a million things going on, but I'm glad I caught you. I'm running out the door, but I needed to talk to you real quick. For cold market prospects, if you're in a hurry, now isn't the time to get into it. I have to go, or I have to run, right? You get the message. You set the tone with some urgency. And then step number 2, compliment the prospects, right? You have warm market prospects. You've been wildly successful, and I've always respected the way you've done business. You've always been so supportive of me, and I appreciate that so much. You're one of the most connected people I know, and I've always admired that about you. You're the most or one of the most important people or persons in my life, and I really trust your instincts. All right, when you compliment people and you build them up, they want to reciprocate that back to you by saying, sure, I'll take a look. Sure, I'd love to hear more. Sure, I'd love to help you. So remember, complimenting is important because people don't get complimented ever, guys. All right, so you have an amazing mind for business and can see things others don't see. I was thinking, who are the sharpest people I know? And I thought of you. You're one of the most positive and energetic people I've ever met, right? When you're complimenting them, they're loving that. They're eating that stuff up, guys, right? Some people are very closed-minded, which limits their opportunities, but I've always admired the fact that you're open to looking at new things. I need someone to find the holes in something I'm looking at, and absolutely nothing gets past you, right? So you're one of the most health-conscious or technology-savvy or fashion or beauty-conscious, wellness-minded, financially intelligent, etc., right? People I know, and I've always respected that about you. You're one of the smartest people I know, and I really trust your judgment. For as long as I've known you, I've thought you were the best at what you do, right? You're complimenting them. And maybe you have a cold prospect, right? You don't really know them like that, but you could say, you've given me or us some of the best service I've ever received. You're super sharp. Can I ask what you do for a living? You've made this experience a fantastic one. You're just building them up. The key to the compliment is to be sincere, all right? Find something you can compliment your prospect on and do it. That's what you're trying to do. So step number 3, make the invitation, okay? Make the invitation. So this is where obviously, you're gonna make the invitation. That's where you're gonna get them to want to see or look at what you're gonna share with them when you do the if I would you, right? So it's not one size fits all. This is where you pick the approach, whether it's the direct approach, the super indirect approach, or the indirect approach, all right? So let's just say you have a direct approach, and remember, you've already done step 1 and 2. So here's the warm market prospect, right? When you told me, you hated what you did for a living, or when you told me you wanted to buy your wife a home, or you wanted to buy your family a home, were you serious, or were you just kidding around? You wait for the answer. Great. I think I found a way for you to do it, or I think I found a way for you to solve the problem or make that happen, right? And I think I found a way for us to really boost our cash flow, or I found something you really need to see, right? I'm launching a new business and I really want you to take a look at it. So remember, this is direct, right? When I thought of the people who can make an absolute fortune with a business I found, I thought of you. Are you still looking for a job or a different job? I found a way for both of us to start a great business without all the risks, right? If I told you there's a way to increase your cash flow without jeopardizing what you're doing right now, would you be interested? I've teamed up with a company that's opening or expanding in the area. Maybe you're in an Uber and you're saying, hey, how's business around this part? Our company just expanded in this area and I'm looking for some sharp people. You can do those types of things, right? I found something exciting and you're one of the very first people I called. When I thought of quality people that I really enjoy working with, I thought of you. Would you be open to hearing what I'm doing? Let me ask you something. Would you be open to diversifying your income? Let me ask you a question off the record. If there were a business you could start working part-time from your home that could replace your full-time income, would that interest you? As you know, I started in the fashion business, but because of, whatever you could say, as you know, I just recently started a business, but because of the economy right now, I've decided to diversify my income. After considering my options, I've identified the very best way to make it happen. As you know, I found an exciting business, and together I think we could do something special. Or you could try the shocking approach, with a great effect, okay? With your skills, you can make 10 grand a month in this business I've just started. This works good when you're respected by the process, when the person knows you and you really know their skills. So you're being sincere, right? So what about this one? This is the call you've been waiting for your whole life. Maybe it's someone that you know that really trusts you, okay? All right, so then you have the indirect scripts, right? This is a powerful tool helping people get past their initial resistance to understand the opportunity. And it's all you're doing is asking for their help, asking for the prospect's feedback, right? This is for your warm market. I've just started a new business and I'm scared to death. Before I get going, I need to practice on someone friendly. Would you mind if I practiced on you, right? I'm thinking about getting started with a business I can run from my home. Would you help me check it out or see if it's for real, right? Do you guys understand how simple the scripts are when you start reading these things and you start understanding these and you just pick one and you go for it with a prospect, right? Write a number 1 if you're kind of getting what I'm talking about right now. Give me a number 1 in the comment section if you kind of understand what I'm saying and your wheels are spinning right now and you want to get actually, into the scripts and you want to start practicing, right? All right. So that's what you need to do, right? So give me a fat number 1 right now. If you guys are paying attention, you guys are following through, right? I found a business I'm really excited about, but what do I know? You have so much experience. Would you look at it for me if I made it easy and let you know? And let me know if you think I'm making the right move, okay? A friend told me the best thing I could do when starting a business is to have people I respect take a look at it and give me some guidance. Would you be willing to do that for me if I made it simple, right? So I'm just telling you, these are the things we're really saying to people. These are the things that I want to hear when someone's trying to share something with me, you guys. Or maybe you have a cold market, or you have somebody who, for negative or cynical, maybe you have some negative or cynical people. I started a business and really need someone to help me poke holes in it. Nothing gets past you. Would you be willing to examine it for me? That's a good one that I give to negative people, even negative friends that I have, you guys. All right. So here's for cold market. I found this approach doesn't work very well because it doesn't really make sense. Okay. So for indirect, you don't really use it on the cold market. Okay. So here's a super indirect. Okay. Super indirect. So they're incredibly powerful and they play a number on the psychological levels. This is the networking approach that asks the prospect if they know someone else that might benefit from your business, right? And this is actually really successful when you use it. So here's for the warm market. The business I'm clearly in isn't for you, so you take it from that person, right? But I wanted to ask, who do you know that's ambitious, money motivated, and would be excited about the idea of adding more cash flow to their lives? Or you could say, who do you know that might be looking for a strong business they can run from their home? You might say, hey, I know that you're running a business right now. You have absolutely no time in the world for anything else, but I just started a new business and I want to know if you know anybody who's interested in making more money. If you know anybody who's interested in starting a home-based business, working part-time, but being able to get full-time income, like those types of things, right? Who do you know that has hit a wall with their business that they started and might be looking for a way to diversify their income? Do you know any sharp people who live in the Orlando area? If they say yes, great. Can I get their name and email address if you have it? I have a business expanding in that area and I want to see if they think it will be successful there. Right? Do you know anyone involved in a serious job search right now? I work with a company that's expanding in your area and I'm looking for some sharp people that might be interested in some additional cash flow. Do you know anyone who might fit that description? Right? In most cases, they're going to ask you for more information before they give you any names. And then behind that request is going to be some curiosity and intrigue, thinking this might be for them, but they're not going to admit it to you yet, okay? So when they ask you for more information first, just respond like this. That makes sense. I'm sure you'll want to know about it before you refer some of your friends. And then you just move to step number 4. Okay, guys? So that's going to be the next step. But for the cold market, right, it's the same as the warm market. So you can do the same thing. Step number 4 is just if I would you. If I sent you a link to a video, would you watch it? If I sent you, a recording of a friend of mine who got in the business, I'm speaking about the business, would you listen to it? Okay. If I gave you some information, would you look at it? Okay. So if I shared with you some of the product, would you try it? Anything like that. Okay. But here you go. If I would you. You're not going to offer your third-party tool unless they agree to do something in return. Okay. This has been the secret weapon for a long time. So here we go. If I gave you a link to a video that laid out all the information in a very professional way, would you watch it? Right? If I gave you a video that described the business, would you watch it? If I, invited you to an invitation-only webinar, would you join? If I gave you a magazine or some other printed material, would you read it? If I gave you a link to an online presentation that explained everything, would you click on it and watch it? Okay. If you've done the first 3 steps properly, the answer will always be yes. All right. If they ask for more information first, just respond with, I understand that you want more information, but all of what you're looking for is on the video, right? Or in the recording, or on that webinar, or on this printed piece, or in this link. The fastest way for you to really understand what I'm talking about would be for you to review that material. So if I gave it to you, would you review it? Okay. If they say no, they won't review it, then thank them for their time and move on. All right. Also, review steps 1 to 3 to see what you could have done better. Okay. Don't ever expect any negative response as something that is just totally, not positive and totally, don't get emotionally attached to the responses of people. That's what I want to tell you. Okay. Go back to your whole process of steps 1 through 3, all the way up to 4, and find out what you could have done better, what you'll change next time to elicit a better response out of your prospect. Don't worry. You'll get better and better as you practice. Okay. That's what you need to do. Step number 5 is just get the time commitment. When do you think you can watch the video? When do you think you can jump on the webinar? When do you think you can listen to the audio? When do you think you could read the magazine or look at the printed material, right? When do you think you could watch the link for sure? Don't suggest a time for them. Ask the question and have them give you the time. If it's not definitive, I'll try to do it sometime. Then tell them, I don't want to waste your time or mine. Why don't we just try to lock in a time? You'll be able to watch it for sure. Okay. The key is to get them to say yes the second time. Saying yes to step number 4 is not a commitment. It's when they give you the time. That's the commitment. Step number 6, confirm. If they tell you they'll watch it on Tuesday night, say, so if I called you Wednesday morning, you'll have seen it for sure. If they tell you they'll listen to it by Thursday morning, you could say, so if I called you sometime on Thursday, you'll have listened to it for sure, right? If they say they'll check out the link on July 1st, your response should be, so if I called you on the 2nd, you'll watch it for sure, right? This is all about that's what you're supposed to be doing. The key is in step 6 is now they've said yes 3 times, right? And they'll follow through. They've done it all by themselves. They set a real appointment with you for the future. And then you have step number 7, get a time and number. Okay, what's the best time and phone number to contact you at? Now they said yes 4 times. The chances they'll follow through has been increased from 10 to 80%, right? Put the appointment in a place you won't forget and make sure to follow up with them on the time you said it. And then get off the phone or get out of the way, get out of the situation, and that's it, guys. But there are tons of different examples that you can really use when you're going through these scripts, okay? So a person hates their job. Hey, I don't have a lot of time to talk, but it was really important I reached you, okay? And this is the direct approach, right? Listen, you're one of the most financially intelligent people I know, and I've always respected that about you. When you told me you really didn't like your job, were you serious or were you just kidding around? Okay, great. I think I found a way for you to create an exit strategy without jeopardizing your family. I have a link to a video that you can watch. It describes what I'm talking about better than I can do. If I gave you the link, would you listen to it? When do you think you could listen to it? Tuesday? So if I called you Wednesday morning, you'll have listened to it for sure, right? All right, I'll check back with you then. What's the best number and time for me to call? Great, talk then, gotta run, thanks. There's one, right? Here's to a good friend with the indirect approach. Someone you know, but you're doing the indirect. Hey, I'm running out the door, but I needed to talk to you real quick. You've always been so supportive of me, and I appreciate that so much. I've just started a new business, and I'm scared to death. Before I get going, I need to practice on someone friendly. Would you mind if I practice on you? Great. Okay. If I sat down with you and shared with you the business presentation, it should only take about 15 minutes. Would you be able to do that? Sure. Okay. When do you think is a good day? Thursday? So if I called you Friday morning, okay, Thursday, okay, great. Let's meet on Thursday. Right? That's what you could do. Okay. So I'm just saying you're sitting with someone and wanting to show with them your business. Okay. So Thursday, what's the best place and time? Okay, great. Reconfirm it. Great. Talk then. Got to run. See you Thursday. All right. Here's one to a highly successful person using the indirect approach. Not super indirect, just the indirect one. I know you're busy and I have a million things going on too, but I'm glad I caught you. You've been widely successful and I've always respected the way you've done business. I recently started a new business and I'm looking for some sharp people. It's clearly not for you, but I wanted to ask, who do you know that's ambitious, money motivated, and would be excited about the idea of adding more cash flow to their lives? I understand that you'd want more. You want to know more before you recommend people. I have a video that explains exactly what I'm doing and the kind of people I'm looking for, and it's really brief. If I sent it to you, would you view it? I know you're extremely busy, and I'm so grateful for your help. Thanks for agreeing to look at it. When do you think you can look at it? For sure. Okay, so if I called you after that, you'll have looked at it for sure, right? Okay, great. I'll check back with you then. Thanks again. I appreciate it so much. I'll talk to you then. Right? Yes, it could be a video. If you don't have a video, make one yourself. If you don't have a video, look for a company video that you guys have. If you don't have a company video, talk to the owners of your company. Talk to the management team. Say, we need a tool like this in order to be successful, okay? Most great companies have them, right? So that's what you need. For a cold market prospect, maybe you could just say, you're finishing up with them and they've given you a service or sold you something. Hey, now isn't the time to get into it. I have to go, but you're super sharp. And I happen to be looking for some sharp people. Do you plan on doing what you're doing now for the rest of your career? No? Good. I have something that might interest you and you'd be really good at. Now's not the time, but I have a link to a recorded webinar that a friend of mine had done, and it explains it all in great detail. If I sent you the link, would you watch it? When do you think you could watch it for sure? Okay, so if I called you after that, you'll have reviewed it for sure, right? All right, I'll check back with you then. What's the best number and time to call? They give you all the information. Okay, great. Here it is. Thanks again for the excellent service, and I'll talk to you soon. Right? Those are just some examples of scripts, and even on the script, the ultimate on the scripts that you get from the 90dayrun.com, which is the website, the hottest recruiting scripts in MLM. On the very back, they have a blank script sheet. So even before you talk to a prospect, you can write it out and practice it. Let it become natural so when you call them, it doesn't come out scripted, right? And don't worry if it sounds scripted. There are prospects everywhere as long as you're growing your list. As time goes on, months from now and even years from now, it'll become your natural language, and this business will be simple for you. It'll be simple for you to share tools, videos, links with people. It'll be simple for you to follow up and just to move people from exposure to exposure so you can get them as a prospect. You can get them as a customer or as a business builder with you, okay? It's so simple, guys, but you guys need to be able to practice the scripts and go through the scripts. Go to the 90dayrun.com, the 90dayrun.com, and if you're not registered on it, then you won't have anything that I have here. It's all free. Download the tools, share them with your team, have workshops with your team, have trainings with your team, have people practice the scripts on each other, call people up and have them practice it, write out scripts and have them share them with you, and it just, have fun with it, guys, because the more people that are out there exposing people to the business, to the tools, the bigger your team's going to grow and the more successful you're going to be. People want direction. People want to be led. People need the instructions, and they're all right here. If people on your team know where the instructions are and they still don't use them and they still don't go to them and they still don't access them, you can't help them. You got to move on to the next people, okay? Because this is your business too, and your future is important to you, right? You have a reason you did this, right? And you have to be the best example for your team as you can. You can't stick with the people who don't deserve your attention. You have to work with the people who you can't stick with the people that need your attention. You have to stick with the people that deserve your attention, okay? That are working hard, that are showing you they're doing the steps, that are having success, because your team is looking for you to work with those leaders, because that's what's going to inspire them, guys. Okay, so that's it for Monday. We went over the scripts. Make sure you guys download the scripts. You guys use them. I want to hear about what you guys are doing. I want to hear about your successes. I think on Thursday we'll do some more question and answers. So make sure you bring some good questions for me on Thursday at 12 noon. We will be back on here on Facebook Live, on Instagram Live. Ask me any questions that have to do with network marketing. Ask me questions that have to do with what you're experiencing in your business. It doesn't matter what company you're with, what product or what service you represent. I want to help all of you guys. And when you ask the questions on here and I can showcase them in front of your peers, in front of people in your industry, they're going to learn from my responses. And your questions are going to help us, okay? So make sure you bring your questions on Thursday. But in the meantime, start practicing these scripts, start understanding them, start exposing people to business. Use your tracker sheet so you can see that you're having success, that you're exposing people to business. You're getting new customers in your business. You're getting new teammates in your business. And you're also getting people registered for whatever your next company event is. Because events are where people learn how to do the business. Events are where people get inspired, and events are where people take the business from their head to their heart, and they run with or without you. They start doing the things I'm teaching now without you having to tell them. All right, guys? So appreciate you guys. Love you guys all. Good luck. God bless you guys, and I'll see you guys soon. All right, Instagram, I'm leaving you first. See you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Here we go. Share that to the story. They can re-access that. And I appreciate you guys always tuning in every week on Facebook. I see a lot of you guys that have always been retuning in. I really appreciate you guys. But you know what? The best compliment you guys can give me is your success, is you guys telling me each week that you're enrolling people, you're getting new customers, you've had small wins, you've had big wins. That's what really motivates me to keep tuning in on these things for you guys. I mean, the 90-day run only happens once a year, but if I see you guys winning, I want to keep doing these things throughout the entire year, every Monday and Thursday, okay? I only want the best for you guys, but you guys got to share your wins on here. Don't forget. All right, you guys, thank you. Thanks, Jerry. Thank you, Maylil. All right, Pam, Monica, JC, and Jenny. Thank you, guys. All right. Thank you, Noy. See you guys. Bye.